Let's go back.
What's up, guys? Starting some stuff, making sure that everything should be set up like it should. You know, I actually hate that PlayStation automatically sets your time when you're streaming from YouTube, streaming to YouTube to Pacific time. But it has gotten better. Just turning some things on. Thanks for everybody who's been rocking with me, who's been watching my videos and things of that nature. What the hell is people in vlogs? Oh yeah, that's right. I've been up this morning, a little tired. This is my week in review. And I'm going to actually be trying to pay attention to the live chat. I actually have it on my monitor over here. But there's a couple things that I want to say first. A couple things that I want to actually just address. We've had a busy political week. We've had just Super Bowl is coming up. And that seems fun. And so, hold on, guys. Give me a second. I don't know why this isn't working. let's talk about political. The State of the Union was this last Tuesday, and I watched bits and pieces of it. But one thing, and when I was in high school, and even after high school, I used to love to watch the State of the Union, and it's simply put, over the last 5 or 6 years, it's actually turned into a bubble. And I'm tired of actually watching bubbles. I'm tired of seeing people that want to, just play for their team. And I'm actually not that upset that people want to have their team on display. Not at all. I understand that. I would just never be the one to I wish I understood people's blind loyalty. I don't. So much so it becomes a cause. And the funniest thing is, 3/4 of the shit that was being said in the State of the Union was just factually wrong. Oh well, what are you gonna do? This week was kind of upsetting for me. I actually drew something, and people who follow me on my Facebook or people who follow me on my Black manga artists and Black anime and manga artist group on Facebook. They actually I put up some work and I left it at work, willing to show somebody else, and I came to work the next day. I couldn't find it, and I am so pissed about it because even though I have the template, I'm never gonna actually do that particular one again. And I went out and actually bought a new marker to reflect it, and it was actually Nua. I don't know if any of you guys actually played the game Smite or heard of the legends, but Nua is this river dragon sky goddess, half dragon, half woman. If you ever watched the Chow Yun Fat, the sorcerer and a white snake, that's actually a good representation of what Nua is. And actually, I think she was a goddess in that, not just a river spirit. But yeah, that kind of, and it's not mad. I'm not mad because I put all the work into it. I'm upset because, damn, if you wanted it, you could have just asked me for it. As much as I sell my artwork, certain people can get away with getting one free, and that's actually a rule that I made with my friends. They get one free rescue, and after that, it's it. Now, one of the things that I'm really pushing for this year is I'm really pushing for my art to really hit, really go, really just exceed. The reason being because I've been doing this for 20 years. I know you just saw on the page where I've had the my first Gohan Cell Games Kamehameha. I drew that back in 1998. And it was some previous drawings that I've had, but that was me actually focusing on making sure that I could probably actually do this. And it was actually copies at first, but the copies themselves, man, it was just one of those things where I knew it would actually, I knew I can do it. And with me knowing that I can actually do it, it kind of sparked me to work on it. Now, I make no qualms about it, and I tell people all the time that there are people who actually have a natural talent to drawing. I don't. I have to practice hard and actually have to make sure that I constantly work on my drawings. Oh, took that out. Sorry guys, something just happened on my YouTube. Yeah. I'm actually trying to update a picture. Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. So I've been playing around with my video editor that I have. Photo editor is actually called, what is it called? Oh God, I forget what it's called. Photo director, yeah. And what I've been doing lately is actually, with the videos that I've uploaded, I might as well just add a splash screen to them. Most of my videos are long-term games that I've actually played, and I want to actually talk about that more. Now, I know it's a couple things that I want to actually kind of work on, but between family, between working, and I actually tried to join a Warframe clan. And I kind of feel disappointed with it because I wanted to actually play Warframe for just my enjoyment, my purposes. But it keeps turning out that whenever I play a game for my enjoyment, it kind of puts on the back burner. Now, I didn't actually tone down some of my streaming, and I kind of want to, it was just being just tired from work. But I know I used to have a Monday stream, a Monday stream, no Tuesday stream, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday stream. After those streams, then I would not stream on Saturday, but I would game for my own purposes, and then I would stream Kingdom Hearts Sunday morning, and it just became too much. As much as I love entertaining you guys, much as I love talking with you guys, but it actually turned into more of a job instead of a passion. Now, I'm not saying that it can't be a passion. I'm not saying streaming can't be something that you can enjoy and still actually make revenue from it, but it was one of those things where it was starting to get too much, and I was becoming consumed with it. And maybe because right now I'm consuming my art, my drawing for my show that's going to be here in my town. I live in a small suburb outside of Chicago called Woodridge, and it's going to be in the Woodridge Public Library. And I'm sorry, I don't speak. That's kanji, I believe. I don't speak that. But who's sending me texts? I'm sorry, it's not it's not English and I'm not able to understand it. If you can get the translator to translate it to English, it'd be great. But I'm so focused over the last couple of months. I've been focused on doing my Guardians team, and I guess that's what I'm gonna call them. That's better than the Final Fantasy team. But with that being said, I want to get back into game, and I want to actually work on some things. One-off games. I know last night I did a one-off game, and I uploaded it to YouTube. It was Malicious Fallen, and it was actually a pretty good game. I forgot how much fun it is, and I forgot the bullet hell, and I started playing it, and I actually start getting caught up in the strategy of making sure I don't die. And yeah, it's kind of one of those games where, you know, you're supposed to run and gun and have fun, but I guess my strategy instincts took over. Now, I do want to ask, I'm looking at all of my game library right now, and there's a couple things that I want to actually make sure that I do, but I'm looking to, one of my biggest problems with the library that I have is I have a lot of digital download games, and my library won't. I already increased my hard drive size to 2 terabyte. 1 terabyte, I'm sorry. And I'm looking for a 2 or higher, but I don't want to put one of the desktop hard drives extension on my PlayStation 4. Simply put, because I know that they don't work with the new PS4 Pro. So a while ago, I actually tried to start a Kickstarter to expand my channel, get a lot of things that I wanted to get. One of them is, and I've actually already done a lot of expanding of what I have. I have several microphones. This wireless microphone that I have now. I have the green screen behind me that I use in streaming gaming. I even have the gaming chair. Fuck it. Now, what I want to actually expand on is the PlayStation Pro. What I want to actually expand on is a internal hard drive, if not a semi-solid state hard drive or hybrid hard drive, or solid state hard drive, hybrid hard drive. So I'm working hard to try to get my subscriber count up. And that's my biggest thing. I want to actually get 100 subscribers. Right now, I have my YouTube channel defaulted. I can't actually change the name because I need 100 subscribers. Once I get that 100 subscribers, I can actually change the name to Crimson 60620, which I really want to do. So I'm asking, I'm beseeching for those who watch my videos to subscribe to my channel. And I know that I have a great variation of content. From old poems to my reviews to my gameplay, and of course these vlogs. And I know sometimes I can say blog stuff that is quite controversial. And the funny part about it is, it's okay. it's okay that I have an opinion. It's okay that you have your own opinion. That's totally fine. I think the problem comes where people try to shut other people up. And that's a big problem for me. It's a problem where you don't think your argument holds enough merit where someone can have a different opinion. And the funniest thing is, it's just interesting to me. And I don't get it. I don't get why people want to silence other people's point. I don't get why people like to just say, no, your point is stupid. I was having a conversation with someone, and maybe it's the logical fallacy of creating a straw man, where I knew what was going on and I knew why somebody held the belief. And I was told, no, it can't be that, because if that's the case, that person has a valid argument of feeling what they feel. And it's kind of funny because it's intelligent as I am, more than a lot of people, and it's not saying that I'm better than anyone, it's just that I know I'm more intelligent than a lot of people. I never dismiss someone's lack of intelligence, and I never dismiss anyone's opinion outright. I may dismiss their conclusion, but somebody's opinion, it's not worth to dismiss their opinion. Because once you dismiss their opinion, unfortunately, a lot of people take that as you're dismissing them in their entirety. And it's kind of funny because I've actually watched people actually have just an outright vehemence of hatred because you think you're dismissing them completely. And I guess this brings me to a couple of points that I've had throughout the week. Unfortunately, I'm somebody who's cursed to, even when I'm writing YouTube posts, I'm cursed to actually always think about it. For example, it was a YouTube post that I've been putting out there for the longest time. Not a YouTube post, Facebook post that I've been thinking about putting out there for a long time. And the post goes like this: I don't see why people are upset at prostitutes. If you're working a job that you hate and you're not getting paid enough, you're getting screwed too. And it was just an admittance of there is never the one. There's never the perfect one person that you just gonna spend your life happy together with. There are people that you can tolerate, or worse yet, there are people that hurt you like you're used to being hurt, so you think that's being cared about. There's never the perfect job. There are jobs that you don't have to sell your soul as much for to actually succeed in. There are jobs that pays you enough for the price you pay for your soul, but there's never the perfect job. There's never the perfect anything. There's never the perfect home, because you see those people that say, oh, I love this home, and they look to change it every 3 or 4 years. And that kind of leads me to a movie clip. A movie clip that I remember watching because I watched it recently. And I know it's not a perfect 1-to-1 ratio, but it was Lucy, and she was talking about, it was when she's on full robotic, and she's like, humans have only designed things to actually go from their basic concept that they understand, and that's 1 + 1. And I found that interesting in review of why that there are so many people that have to have so much of a dichotomy, and then they try to boil that dichotomy to a single point. And the funniest thing is that dichotomy of one thing has to be absolutely good and one thing has to be absolutely bad, it's a reason why we get in trouble a lot. And when you look at villainizing someone else in order to make yourself feel right, and how that's what makes us unique from other animals. Other animals can only hold one concept. When they go full force, they go full force. And human beings, as much as we don't like to admit it, can hold at most 2 concepts in our brain. Yeah, and I know there's some people that can actually hold more than 2 concepts in their brain. But in general, people can hold 2 concepts in their brain. And I know I mentioned this I know this goes back to another video I had, but how many people do you know has to, either you are completely with me or you completely against me? And that's terrifying. That is terrifying, that if I don't completely stand up with you, then I'm completely against you. And I know I'm not 100% right. I get that mostly. But why turn yourself into... Why do that to yourself? Why have to make yourself 100% right? Why have to just say, you have to follow me blindly? And maybe this is my anti-authoritarian self coming out again. But I'm gonna always question you. It may not be disrespectful all the time, but I'm gonna always question you. I'm always gonna question why. And you know what's funny? It's a couple of anime characters that I really love, that I can really identify with. And it's for totally different reasons. Not saying that I'm a, whatever they call it, I used to be an anime character in my past life, no. I love Kenpachi. I actually did a cosplay for one work dress up as Kenpachi. I had the sword, I had the eye patch, I got a full sleeve t-shirt where I took electrical tape and actually drew the cuts, and I had the bandage, and I had the long black pants like a robe, sweats like a robe, and I actually had the white captain's robe. So I actually dressed up like Kenpachi. And I just like his I don't give a fuck attitude. I want to fight. I just like his underlying caring about shit, but his pretend that he doesn't care about shit. I actually love that. But one of my favorite characters in anime, besides Vegeta, is Shikamaru Nara. And why do I like Shikamaru Nara? Well, he's actually a character that he seems like he doesn't care about shit, but don't threaten people, especially don't threaten people he's charged to look after. He does his job. He may fight to have the job, but when he does his job, he does his job completely. And he never looks for the glory in things. He's just looking for a solution to the problem. And he's always had the character plan of what if. You can't do this because you're too hopeful. And even if you are hopeful, what if this happens? So it's actually funny. I actually like that person as a character. I don't know. It's just one of my favorite characters. So, wow, how long have I been streaming today? Let me see. Oh, cool. I've been streaming and talking nothing but garbage for the last 45 minutes. Wow, that's fun. I don't know. Well, I guess it's been 30 minutes. And I know sometimes you guys catch me when I'm actually in the midst of actually listening to the music that I have right now. And it's a reason why I actually got there's a reason why I choose these, I guess, because I actually find them very relaxing for drawing. I find them very I find them very interesting for my just talking behind. I think I'm about to switch it up in just a minute, depending on what's coming up next. Yeah. So I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's it.
You can support me at patreon.com/Crimson60620 PS4 Gaming. And you can also follow me at Facebook, Crimson60620 PS4 Gaming. Thanks for your support and enjoy the video.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm going through my playlist trying to see what I'm actually have on my screen. Okay, yeah, no, not that one. All right, great. All right, sorry about that, guys. Just making sure I have what I wanted on my screen. So, what I want to make sure I tell you guys is I want to thank everybody who's watched my content. And I actually may give y'all a stream where I'm just chilling around the house. Most of my content that I have is actually just most of my content I have is just I want to actually expand my content of what I have so I can actually show you guys some more of my other stuff, and just I don't know, I may get a little bit less restrictive of what I talk about. The funniest thing, I have people at work that subscribe to my channel, and so I don't know, maybe I get a little bit more maybe I get a little bit maybe I'll show a little bit more of my personality on these videos. Now, for right now, I actually really have to go and practice my I'm working on a new project, guys. I'm actually going to go through some of the old anime that I really enjoy and actually go through and do little 5-minute snippets on it. I guess it's one of those things that I've actually gotten from my doing reviews of the games that I have and doing other great things with just different movies and things of that nature. It's a lot of things I want to say about a movie. It's a lot of things that I like to say about different things that I've watched. Recent things that I've watched is anime on Crunchyroll. It's called The Ancient Magus Bride, which was actually okay. It's one of those stories, and I was talking with a friend from work about it. It's one of those stories that somebody's more powerful than what they need to be, and it's more about controlling their power. And that's an anime trope that I kind of like. I don't like it when it's a main character. There's only been one instance when it's a main character that I've been okay with it, but even then it was actually short-lived. It was Bleach, but it's just this character is so powerful that they can end all conflicts, but at the cost of them no longer being human. It was kind of an Evangelion. Shinji was one of those people that can basically change reality to what he wants it to be. And I know it was in like that second movie that they had was actually another one, and it brought up the flash of Toppo in Dragon Ball Super, where he's like, I don't care about good and evil anymore. I don't care about justice anymore. I'm gonna win this tournament. It's all about survival. I love that trope because it's never the main character. It's always somebody on the side where they say, forget fighting and all that other good stuff. It's actually, it's time for you to die. And it was even in a show that I've watched that's not an anime. It was a show called The Magicians. It's on Sci-Fi. Allison, she basically had the power of a god, and she basically you know, she hit that peak. And once she hit that peak, then she kind of went back to a lower state, but she actually just went high. And it's like, I know it's an overused trope, and it's never that. It's a big difference in just bringing up Dragon Ball Super. It's a big difference between someone being mad and then getting stronger, and it's someone who's just lost it, who's just snapped and says, I'm no longer going to control my power. And it was, oh God, I love that trope because it's they're leaving the attachment to what people would be considered human. And being human to me is not, you know, saying that, oh, I'm gonna kill somebody and I'm gonna lose my humanity. No, humans kill all the time, and that's the point that the guy at work actually brought up. Killing is a human thing to do, but detachment isn't. And I don't care what anyone says, they have an attachment to something. They have an attachment to a principle. They have an attachment to a moral. And yeah, again, bringing up that point that individual made, he said, well, that shows their conviction is weak. And I kind of have to agree with them, because that conviction, something really terrible can actually break their conviction to want to remain human. Yeah, it does show it. Like, I'm gonna have to go back and agree. He said, yeah, that does show their conviction is weak. And it's not weak for the sense that they can just lose their conviction at any time. It's just that they're constantly striving for that connection with people. They're constantly striving to be the go-between to keep the peace. And when they say there's no point, it's really no point. So I just love that trope, and it's one of the things that I've been rambling for 40 minutes now, and I know it's not a coherent message. I'm about to get off, guys. I don't see how people do it. I don't see how people actually get on and stream on PlayStation Network for hours on end without anything to say. And maybe because I'm rambling my brain, these turn into rambling sections. But I want to thank everybody who's watched. Please subscribe. I'm asking you guys to subscribe so I can actually grow this channel to where I can put my name on it. Because I want to actually make sure I get that 100 subscriber mark. And with getting that 100 subscriber mark, I can actually have that channel where you're going to get the Crimson 60620. Thank you guys for watching. Look to seeing more of me drawing. Got some new markers. Amazon. And you're going to see me streaming today on my Twitch channel. Peace.